What's going on, Spokane? I'm sitting here with John from Guardian Mortgage. He is a mortgage loan officer. He works very closely with our team, and he's going to tell you guys a little bit about himself and what he does today.
Thanks, Connor. Yeah, so John Schlegal, Guardian Mortgage. Obviously, an MLO, which is a mortgage loan originator or a loan officer. I absolutely enjoy helping people, get into a home loan and finding the best deal. Something I've been doing been involved in finance for over 20 years, including overseas. I did a lot of finance for larger corporations. So coming back to family here in Spokane about 3-4 years ago and getting back into mortgage business is fantastic. I love it. It's easy for me, and helping people be able to get a loan where they might not be able to somewhere else, or finding them that better deal and treating them like family is what I enjoy most about what I do.
Can you tell them a little bit about your programs and what are some of the benefits they get out of working with you?
Absolutely. I was one of the original founders of Guardian, over a year ago now, bringing them to Spokane. They've been around since 1965. With getting a home loan, it's so important. What you want to do is get pre-approved first. Most agents won't even show a home to anybody unless they know they've been pre-qualified, because there's nothing worse than showing them, say, a $400,000 home, and they're only qualified for $300,000. So they're looking at the Champagne house, and then they've got to come down a bit, which can, even that $300 to $400 range can be a huge difference in quality of homes and locations. So it's really important to make sure everyone has a good experience up front, and getting pre-qualified is the most important thing. Just quickly on that, there's two types of qualifications. You can be pre-qualified, which is like 99% of everybody out shopping. You can get pre-approved. Now, to be pre-approved, you actually got to run through underwriting. Most banks and credit unions don't want to do that and won't do that because it costs money. So as soon as you're using labor hours of someone of the underwriters, which we've got our own in-house, but a lot of outside agencies and banks, credit unions, they actually hire that service out. So to have someone get pre-approved and go through that underwriting process costs them, because once they get that, then they get a home, they got to go back through underwriting again. So it's costing them twice. So most people are pre-qualified, and that's the simplest thing to do. We've got an easy website. You can call me. I can do it over the phone. I love doing it in person. And it's just the basic questions, your name, your address, your social security, birth date, just all that general information, where you lived and worked the last 2 years. And from that basic information and a credit pull of your last 10 years, we can pre-qualify you based on the information that you gave us. Now, most people won't lie because obviously, they want to make it as truthful as they can, so they're looking in the right place to be. Then obviously later we have to actually quantify everything, and we have to double check everything, getting pay stubs and W-2s, contacting their employers. We go back to the IRS to validate their tax returns and etc. And that's part of that pre-qualification. So then you've got that letter, you can go out shopping and make an offer. But probably the biggest thing with pre-qualifications is that I really enjoy and excel at is doing self-employed. A lot of people don't understand self-employed, and most self-employed people think that they earn more than what they do on paper, which happens a lot. You get people that, I had a guy that was involved in construction, $1 million business, but of course, like most self-employed people, they write everything off, so they don't pay tax on it. Right. So on paper, the guy actually had a $40K loss, then plus his wages he earned. Well, I got to subtract that $40K loss from his K1. Now his income is actually below what his liabilities of his credit card, his auto loans, his boat loan, etc. So he doesn't qualify for anything. So self-employed are tricky, but it's something I've excelled in with my corporate knowledge that we can actually help, and I'm probably the best person in town to talk to about that as well. So that pre-qualification is important, because then exactly, yes, I can go out and I can get financing on a house that's worth X dollars, and that's big, because without that pre-qualification, like I said, most of the agents don't even want to really help you because they don't know how to help you the best way they can. They don't want to mislead you and start you on a path of this great journey of buying your first home when you can't afford it. So, pre-qualification is really important.
Very cool. That was a lot of great information. So why should somebody work with you, and what makes Guardian different than other lenders?
Yeah, okay, good. I love where I work. We have a great family culture, and we treat every person like family. The biggest two differences I always tell everyone is, one is Guardian keeps and services its loans. So that means if you've ever had a home loan, you've had to pay servicing and it gets sold off to somebody, you'll always stay with Guardian and pay Guardian. You can always deal with me locally. You're not going to have to worry about, oh God, I got sold again, now I'm paying somebody in Texas, Florida. You got no idea what's going on. Who's managing my money? Who's going to say I haven't paid them because they didn't tell me that they've now bought the servicing rights. And that's the big part of Guardian, because we want to keep you as part of our family. The other big deal with that also is that our fees are lower, because any other bank or credit union, once they got you in, they're going to sell your loan the day after closing or the day of closing. So they're going to charge you all these extra fees. And it's going to be a lot more costly for you than if you were working with us, because our fees are flat, doesn't matter what it is, and it's a lot cheaper. So we can save you that money and make it a lot easier going forward.
Very cool. So how can somebody get a hold of you and start the process?
So I like to tell people I'm available 7 days a week, up to 8 o'clock at night, because a lot of people, and a lot of banks aren't available. You know, most people work till 5 o'clock. You know, they get home, they want to relax, they want to be able to freely talk and not have to rush through a lunch hour or something. So I'm happy to meet with people at the branch, or they can give me a phone call after hours or weekends if it's easier. You know, we are located in Main Street here in town at 239 West Main Avenue. And obviously, yeah, give me a call. I think we'll post my information on this site, but it's 509-990-0074.
Yep. And I'll leave that number in the description. I'll also leave a link to John's website. John, is there anything else you want to let Spokane know?
Look, right now the market is incredible. You know, Guardian's got a lot of great programs. What I can do to help you is beyond anybody else in town. We've got over 30 programs. You know, I've got programs where if you're a low income earner, you know, if you're earning as a household under $53,000 a year, we got a program, it's our new home program, where if you qualify, you can actually get no mortgage insurance, where normally that's like $100 to $200 extra in your monthly payment, and it's going to be removed. So what this means is if you got, like, say, a pre-approval of 180, you're now up to 200,000 at the same monthly payment as you were at 180. So it gives you more buying power. You know, these are some of the programs we do. We've also got, obviously, the Washington Bond, or the Washington State Housing and Financing Commission down payment assistance program. So if you're short cash, you know, we can look at doing that 4% of your loan amount to help you with down payment and your closing costs. And then, of course, if you're on the other side of the scale and you want to keep your assets liquid, which a lot of people do because they believe they can put their cash somewhere else to make more money, we've got a zero down, no mortgage insurance, a really low rate, lower than conventional, you know, up to 1.5 million. So if you really want to, whichever spectrum of the scale, we've got a lot of programs, including a lot of people think I need to put 20% down to get away from paying mortgage insurance. We've got a program, our Super Saver, which is only 15% down, no mortgage insurance. So if you don't have enough to make that 20%, or you want to keep a little bit of your cash liquid so you can do carpet painting, you know, those basics when you first move in a home, or buy a new couch, whatever to match, you know, you're going to have some of that cash available. So we can help work with you, whatever scale of the side, you know, of financing you're on.
Very cool. Well, John, thanks so much for coming out and talking to us.
Appreciate it. I love working with top agents.